I am God, worship me. As a Muslim, when I was looking into these issues, the thing that convinced me was Mark chapter 14, verse 62. I wanted to see it in the earliest of the Gospels. And here's Mark, showing Jesus being interrogated by the high priest. The high priest says, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed One?" And Jesus' response is, "I am. And you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven." Here you have at least 2, if not 3, divine references all at once. The questionable one is the "I am" response. Here in Mark, it's questionable, but we've seen Jesus say "I am" in John especially, where it's not questionable at all. Jesus' response in John chapter 8 to the Jews are saying to him, "You are not yet even 50 years old, yet you claim to have seen Abraham." Jesus' response is not, "Hey, I'm just talking figuratively." That's not his response. It's not, no, you didn't cast me right. He says, "I tell you the truth. Before Abraham was born, I am." There is no way to interpret that verse apart from a divine "I am" statement. What are these divine "I am" statements? They're found in Exodus chapter 3, verse 14. To begin with, Moses is talking to God in the burning bush. And he doesn't want to call God Bush. So he says to him, "Who shall I say has sent me? What's your name?" And understand, in those days, especially pre-literate dynamics, you got to keep these in mind. In those days, names really mattered. There was power in a name. And you would pray in a name. You would do rituals in a name. Your deity's power was often shown through their name. And so he wanted to know God's name. He said, "Who shall I say has sent me when I go talk to the Hebrews?" And God responds, "I am that I am," or "I am who I am. Tell them I am has sent you." God's like, my name doesn't matter. What matters is that I am God. I'm eternal. I am self-subsisting. I am that I am. And from that point forward in the Old Testament, God uses the "I am" to propound his sovereignty multiple times, especially Isaiah 40 through 55. God says over and over again, "I am, I am." That's how he propounds his sovereignty. Moses asks God, "Who are you?" And he responds with "I am." Here in Mark, the high priest asks Jesus, "Who are you?" And Jesus responds with the "I am." I wouldn't think that that was an "I am" statement, by the way, because the question was, "Are you the Christ?" And Jesus responds, "I am." But I hesitate because Mark chapter 6, verse 50 has another "I am" statement. Here Jesus is walking on the water, something that the Old Testament says only Yahweh can do. Job chapter 9. And the disciples are afraid, and Jesus comes up to the disciples, and he says, "Take courage, ego eimi." Take courage, I am. So here's Jesus doing something that only God can do, and he's giving courage to the disciples by saying the words, "I am." A very divine context, a very divine statement. By the way, we have a similar statement in Psalms, I believe, where God is Yahweh, passes over the waters and gives courage to Israel by saying, "I am." Strong parallel, or at least a parallel. If you want to be careful in our scholarship here, it's at least a parallel. And so the "I am" statement in Mark 14:62, if it stood alone, I would say probably not an "I am" statement. He's just responding to the question. But you've got Mark 6:50 here, plus a scholar by the name of Raymond Brown, in his Death of the Messiah, volume 2 or 1, I don't remember.